Coming up on Juice and Java, the College of Visual and Performing Arts received a $15 million donation.
And Unpeeled's Andrew Goldberg will be here to tell us all about the Oscars.
All that and more. Juice and Java starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Lilia Wood.
And I'm Jonah Karp. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze.
Syracuse alumni Marilyn Turner and her husband Chuck Klaus have made a $15 million donation to the Syracuse College of Visual and Performing Arts.
This donation will go towards the education of upcoming Syracuse artists through scholarships and immersion experiences. Turner and Klaus are both members of the VPA Council and longtime supporters of Syracuse University.
Turner spoke highly of Syracuse, stating that SU opened up a whole new world of opportunities for her. This is just one of the many donations going towards the Forever Orange campaign, which aims to build upon academic success on campus.
And university officials are cracking down on bias-related incidences. The Office of Student Experience announced that any students found responsible will be suspended and potentially let go from the university.
They will be able to appeal the suspension, but must leave campus while it's being processed. Students who witness or know information without telling authorities will also face consequences.
The vice president of the Office of Student Experience says, quote, "If you are inclined to spread hate, bigotry, and fear on our campus, Syracuse University is not the place for you." They said SPD, state police, and the FBI are continuing the investigation on incidences from last semester.
State officials have recovered the body of the missing SU student. Police found Alan Gonzalez's body on Thursday under the I-690 bridge. Officials believe that Gonzalez accidentally fell into the Onondaga Creek the night he went missing. Surveillance
cameras show Gonzalez was last seen downtown on January 18th. Police used sonar technology to locate his body. This marks the end to an extensive search of the creek, which has been underway for a week.
Gonzalez was 22 years old and a senior in the College of Engineering. He was set to graduate in May. A small memorial is at site where Gonzalez is believed to have fallen.
And a student studying at an SU World Partner Program in Australia has tested positive for the coronavirus. The student is enrolled at the New South Wales University in Sydney.
According to school officials, the student has not attended any classes or had close contact with fellow students. Back on campus, students are teaming up with the Center for International Services to participate in a Hand for Wuhan.
The fundraiser is collecting latex gloves, face masks, goggles, and hospital gowns to donate to a hospital in Wuhan. To donate and learn more, visit the Center for International Services website.
And across the pond, the United Kingdom is no longer a part of the European Union. The UK officially left the EU late last night. This comes more than 3 years after the June 2016 referendum in which over 52% voted to leave the EU.
Despite Brexit passing, life in the UK looks almost identical to yesterday because the deal is not complete yet. Several important issues still to be voted on include the future of the Irish border and trade deals with the EU countries.
The next 11 months will serve as a transitional period as the EU and UK reconfigure their relationship.
Today, the city of Syracuse is hosting the first ever Pond Hockey Classic.
The tournament is taking place on Hiawatha Lake. Correspondent Nicole Weaving is there to tell us what's going on at the event. Hey, Nicole.
Thanks, Lilia and Jonah. If you're looking to spend some time outside on your Saturday, which honestly temperatures aren't too bad, the Syracuse Pond Hockey Classic may be the way to go. This features a 4-on-4 pond hockey tournament with 4 makeshift rinks. As you can see, one behind me as teams are competing right now in that event. There's also food and drinks and music, and there's just a full event going on with plenty of people here, including Mayor Ben Walsh, who served on the committee to make sure that this event happened. And so only 12 teams got the chance to compete today, but when I spoke with the tournament director, Tim O'Donnell, he told me that when registration closed 72 hours in, there were still 50 more teams trying to compete. And that kind of community vibe is the whole reason that this event even came about. They wanted to be able to use this lake that often is totally underutilized and give a reason to have an event that would bring the community together. And if you brought your ice skates like me, you have a great reason to come out here and skate. Thanks. I'm reporting here from Hiawatha Lake. Nicole Weaving, CitrusTV.
Thanks so much, Nicole. Well, you know, in other sports news, the Super Bowl is tomorrow, and people are getting ready for the big game in many different ways. Down in Miami, for example, they're hosting the Super Bowl, and to get locals excited, the NFL is offering a fun opportunity for fans to put their football skills to the test. I traveled down to the Sunshine State to do just that, and, well, let's just say I'll stick to broadcasting.
You know, Lilia likes to make fun of the fact that I'm just not very athletic. I figured that I'd prove her wrong and put my skills to the test to find out if I have what it takes to be an NFL player. Let's go. The ultimate test at the NFL Combine. It's the 40-yard dash, and I think we all know who's going to win. It's me, because, come on, right?
You know that saying, you look like you were tied to a fence post?
No, I don't.
That's what's about to happen when I crush you.
Get a shot of their shoes and get a shot of my shoes. Look at this. Just based on this alone, who do you think's going to win? He's wearing a tie.
Exactly. When I beat all of you, and I'm wearing a tie and I'm wearing dress shoes.
Okay, was I great? No. Was I good? No. But I'll tell you one thing. If any of these teams start calling, especially this one over here, I'll be ready to put the helmet on. Back to you guys.
You were really bad.
I was not good.
Well, after the break, weather anchor Walker Simmons will tell us more about what we can expect this week.
And senior correspondent Josh Meyers is live at the Dome.
Stay with us.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Weather has been on and off all week. We even experienced some snow last night. Hopefully the weather will be a little better for game day today. Walker, how are things looking for today?
All right, thanks guys. Now it is a big game day here on Syracuse. Today we have the Duke game And tomorrow we have the Super Bowl, and weather seems to be holding out. Keep in mind it's February 1st in upstate New York. We're not seeing any snow today. We see a little bit of snow tomorrow, and we're seeing temperatures right now in high 30s. So for winter, it's staying fairly nice. If you're going to be out on campus, it's not a bad day to do so. Now looking at the rest of the day, like I said, it kind of stays the same. We're not going to see a lot of winds. We see, 1 to 5 mile per hour winds, nothing too serious. You're really only going to have to worry about these 30-degree temperatures. You won't have to prepare for snow or any wind chill. It's going to be, like I said, a great day on campus. Now looking at the rest of the weekend, heading into Super Bowl Sunday, this is what you're going to have to keep an eye out. We do have some AM snow showers Sunday morning. So that'll definitely impact, if you're going out to get some food, definitely keep in mind the roads and snow, and this will pick up throughout the 5-day forecast. I'll get more into that. Now, the reason for the snow, taking a look at the radar here, is we have a lot of accumulation up in the northwest, and that rolls through Michigan, and that's going to go right over Syracuse and impact you this next week. That's all I have. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Walker. Students braved the cold last night to get ready for the Duke game.
And senior correspondent Josh Meyers is live at the Dome to tell us more. Good morning, Josh.
Do this one. Thanks, guys. I am here at the Dome where you can see that students are just finishing up their camp out for the big game against Duke tonight. Now, even though construction is going on, that is not stopping students from showing their orange spirit. Now, I actually played a part in this camp out. I stayed in this tent right here, and I actually caught up with some students, asking them what they are most excited for this year's camp out.
This is my home.
That is what students are saying as they prepare their tents for the annual campout. Final preparations are underway for the SU men's basketball game versus Duke, and people are camping outside the Dome to get the best seats possible. The Dome is expecting to welcome over 31,000 fans, all while major roof construction is also underway. The annual Auto Army campout began last night, and students brought tents of all different shapes and sizes. The students camping outside will be the first people let inside the Dome. Auto's Army Treasurer Matthew Jensen told CitrusTV how the campout is set up every year for the big game.
Tonight we got the Duke Campout starting up, but we had to start a little late with construction, but we'll still be out here for a whole night. We had to do a lot of discussing with Dome staff, Dome operations, Dome security to figure out where we could be, what we could do, especially with all the construction going on this year.
For many students, camping out means to get the best seats possible for one of the biggest games of the year.
It's Duke Syracuse. I live here in Syracuse, so season ticket holding is like what I do. And so, I don't know, I'm just ready to be here with all students and have a good time.
Others care more for the experience.
Honestly, I just feel like this is something that you can only do in college. So, I'm just looking forward to hanging out. Meeting some people maybe. Just the experience.
Now, Auto's Army does have several rules for people camping out. There must be 2 to 4 people in each camp, and students must be season ticket holders. Groups can only subtract people from their camp, and there must be at least 1 member present at all times. There will be a 15-minute grace period for groups that have no members present. The wait is certainly worth it, and students who do camp out have the opportunity for a once-in-a-lifetime college experience.
It's really an orange family out here, so, you can talk to Auto's Army anytime. We want to go around to tents, get to know people, meet people, because we don't always get to meet everybody when we're standing on the front row. We get to lead and things like that, but we don't really get to necessarily put names to the faces. So that's what we really use this time for, is to try to get to know other people and do just a little bit of, meet and greets and bonding and stuff like that.
Auto's Army released a seating map on their Twitter for the Stripe the Dome event tonight. There will be 3 sections, the blue section, the orange section, and the white section. Tonight is whiteout for the student section. Gates will open at 4 p.m. and groups that camped out will be ushered in first. Now, are we excited for tonight's game, guys?
Syracuse money line! Take it!
Reporting live outside the Dome, Josh Meyers, CitrusTV News.
Thank you so much, Josh. When we come back, Jonah and I got ready for the Super Bowl with some bowl-themed activities.
Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires. Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No,
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. In honor of the Super Bowl tomorrow, we're making everything with
Bowls!
So we're gonna start with some chili. So do you know how to make chili?
No idea, but we're gonna find out.
Okay, so first, we put the meat.
Yeah, we got the meat. I'm gonna get started on that. And you have the onion.
We're gonna add garlic, tomatoes, tomato sauce,
Oh my.
beef broth, chili powder, smoked paprika, sugar, salt, pepper, and beans.
Look at that.
And now you just mix it and you wait
I'm
exactly
good at waiting.
20 minutes. All right, now that we finished the chili that we made.
And we ate every bite because it was delicious.
It was really good. So now before the game starts, some things that you can do, we can do some bowling.
If no one cares that you're probably going to wreck something, and if you have a very long hallway like our good friend Katie does in her apartment, I think bowling's a good idea.
All right, well, I'm going to meet you, so let's go.
All right, so I won at chili and I won at bowling.
You definitely didn't win at chili.
I did win at chili.
Bowling you did win by 4 pins.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna make bowls. I think I can make a better one.
I think you're wrong.
We have 4 minutes to
All
make a bowl.
right, 4 minutes.
And it has to be colorful and pretty.
The clock starts now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bowls down.
Katie is here to judge our bowls.
Hi, Katie.
Do you want to go first and explain your
Sure.
inspiration?
So I went for your classic coffee table bowl, and it was Super Bowl themed. So I got the 49ers on one side, the Chiefs on another side, and the word super with eyes, because I couldn't fit the word bowl.
So mine, I wanted to make it like a big bowl, so it was actually practical.
Oh, okay.
And I made it green. I tried to, at least until I got on my hands. Like the grass at the Super Bowl, you know. I didn't want to pick a team. And then I put my name because my favorite color is yellow. So every time I eat out of this bowl, I will remember my favorite color.
So the winner is, in my humble opinion, I'm gonna say Lilia wins. Just for pure not freaking me out.
All right, Jonah, we are all ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think so. We made our chili, we went bowling, and we made a bowl, and I was better at all of them, so.
Thank you very much. I won the bowl contest.
This is a pancake, not a bowl.
All right, Juice and Java, we'll be right back.
Got a quarter?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. you're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
With the 92nd Annual Academy Awards coming up in just 1 week, fans and critics are still split on which films deserve to take the trophies.
Critically acclaimed films such as 1917 and Parasite look prime for success on Sunday, while the controversial Joker, movie leads all films 11 nominations. Joining us now from Unpeeled is film reporter Andrew Goldberg with everything you need to know ahead of tonight's biggest night in film. Andrew, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely, I'm so excited to come on.
So can you kind of explain the major storylines we should be looking out for?
Sure, so there are really a lot of angles you could look at here with the Oscars coming up, but the one I'm really curious about is which of the heavy hitters of this year's class is going to rise above the rest. Because you look at the major films with a lot of nominations. You got Joker, 1917, The Irishman, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all with over 10 nominations, including the big ones, Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay. So I'm kind of interested to see if the Academy is going to lean just towards one film and give them all the major awards, or if they're going to be split evenly amongst them.
Definitely a lot of different movies this year, but what is unique about this field?
So the field itself has a lot of really unique movies. You've got a bunch of different types of genres, from war movies to more traditional dramas to then some comedy dramas. But for the broadcast itself, some really unique aspects here. Second year in a row, the Oscars is going without a host, which is has its pros and cons, but I think a lot of the audience is really looking forward to a quicker broadcast, and I think a lot of Hollywood can say they're happy there's no chance of a Ricky Gervais type monologue where they just bash all of Hollywood, so I think that went into some of the decision there. And another interesting subplot, for the first time ever, the Academy is going strictly vegan for the food choices. All the meals are 100% vegan, so expect to see some of the jokes on stage about some of that.
Yeah, and then what about the first-time nominees? Do you know do you think any of them will win?
So there are a few interesting choices for first-time nominees this year. You got Antonio Banderas, Jonathan Pryce, Cynthia Erivo, and Florence Pugh, all as first-time nominees. But I think the person with the best chance is probably Scarlett Johansson, who you might not think is a first-time nominee, but she's actually been nominated twice this year for two different movies, for Best Lead Actress in Marriage Story, and then Best Supporting Actress for her role in Jojo Rabbit. So I feel like with two nominations, it'd be kind of tough to leave her out twice.
For sure.
All right, thanks so much, Andrew. Coming up, senior correspondent Ryan Baker is in studio to talk about the New Year's resolutions.
Stay with us.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
We're back with our guy Walker here on Juice and Java to discuss the weather. Walker, what's the rest of the week going to be looking like?
Well, as I said, as we get to Sunday, Monday, we're going to see a lot of snow clouds come through, and that's actually going to progress as we go throughout the week. As you can see, Monday it kind of lets off, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you see some snow, rain, and mix of snow on Thursday. However, if you're looking at Monday and Thursday, we actually see highs of 40, which is very unusual for winter in February.
Walker, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Jonah, did you make any New Year's resolutions this year?
I did. I'm trying to go on the treadmill a little bit more. I'm not very successful, and I have a history of not being able to keep up.
Well, that is exactly what Juice and Jobber senior correspondent Ryan Baker is in studio to tell us about how to keep it going.
Thanks, guys. That's right, it's that time of year. We've all been trying to keep our 2020 resolutions, but how many of us have actually been successful? The American Psychological Association found that almost 64.6% of us make some sort of resolution or personal goal for the new year. However, a separate and more recent study done by the University of Scranton found that people who make New Year's resolutions have an 80% failure rate of actually sticking to them, and only 8% of people achieve the goals they set. Now, it's the start of February, which means that around 45% of people have already failed to keep their resolutions. One way to avoid this is just to focus on one resolution. You do not need a whole list of life-changing, altering events every new year. Exercising, eating healthier, saving money, losing weight, and amongst the most popular goals set by people according to YouGov.com. However, Dr. Carly Moores, an associate lecturer at Flinders University and registered nutritionist, said that you should avoid making too many lifestyle changes all at once. For example, if your goal is to lose weight, then just try to stick to that. Try not to overlap too many goals all at the same time. And that is kind of the approach that I'm taking, guys, this year. My resolution is to normalize my sleep schedule. You know, as a college student, I often find myself going to bed at 3 a.m., sleeping till noon. And while I'm getting that 8 hours, it's really, I'm losing half the day, and it's really not ideal. So my question for you guys is, what is your resolutions for this year?
Well, like I said, I'm trying to do the treadmill more. I was just in Miami for a week, and before that, for about 3 days, I did the treadmill every day. Lilia would make fun of me.
Middle of January.
Here's the thing.
3 days. 3 days. That's a good start.
Lilia would make fun of me because I like to do the elliptical. She's like, it doesn't work. I don't think there's any science to back that, but I started doing the treadmill. It's bad on the joints.
Gotcha.
That's what I've discovered.
And Lilia,
I'm going to drink less coffee. I feel like I depend on it way too much, but I drank some this morning. So.
That's a big one. Walker, how about you?
I don't know. I've read a lot about water, drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated. It's kind of a big one. Got that water ball around me. I don't know how well I'm doing on it though.
Gotcha. According to the European Journal of Social Psychology, it takes an average of 66 days for new behavior to become automatic, and that's almost 2 months. So we're about 1 month into 2020, halfway there to really make this, habit form. I have not done well with my resolution. I mean, day 2, I was already going back to bed at 2 a.m. So how are you guys sticking to this goal you set, or
are you gonna do a day 4?
We're going to try for day 4.
4 days of the
10 days removed, but we're going to try for day 4. Yeah.
You'll get there.
What about your coffee? Yeah.
Well, I drank it today, okay?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I did, maybe today's February, but I did make it through January.
I drank some of her coffee. It was not good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
She doesn't put sugar in it.
And Walker. Walker here.
I've got the water bottle with me, but I'm not 100% sure how well I'm doing. Normally, I just, you drink water when you're thirsty, but keeping up with that's iffy.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ryan.
Of course.
And here in Syracuse, we are gearing up for one of the most exciting basketball games this year against the Duke Blue Devils. Even Otto's youngest fans are gearing up for the game.
Over at St. Joseph's Health Hospital, newborns are decked out in orange in preparation for today's game with Syracuse onesies, orange and blue hats, and mini basketballs to complete their game day ensembles. That's just adorable.
Well, you were the first one to point out they're not happy.
Well, they're not happy. But,
why?
Well, they're newborns, I would guess. I don't know. I was always a happy child, but that was just me. Were you a happy child?
Yeah, if Syracuse won, there we go,
What?
If Syracuse won, I think they'll be happy.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't think there was any Duke fans, at least that we've seen in that hospital.
Okay.
To be fair, those babies weren't really given a choice. They were put in orange clothing from the moment they were born.
Well, I'm sure babies in North Carolina are decked out in blue.
Yeah, but you could say they were a fan from day one now. They have that credibility.
That's right. I want to know if people name their kid based off of it. Like you could name your kid Duke.
You could name your kid Otto.
You can name your kid Otto.
Oh, I wonder if we'll see an increase in baby names relating to sports mascots.
Might see some Buddies. We might see some Elijahs.
That reminds me of the Elf movie, Buddy Bang.
Did we ever see Carmelos? Did that ever become a popular baby name? I don't know if I've ever met a Carmelo. Yeah.
But that's all the time we have for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow CitrusTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Lilia Wood.
And I'm Jonah Karp. Have a great day, Syracuse.